Okay, folks, so we are streaming The Outer Worlds, part 2 this evening. I will not have my camera on tonight just because I literally just got home from the gym and I'm sweaty and gross. So, there you go. Starting up the game. Still a very pretty game, and I checked my video settings last night, so everything should be good tonight. Oh, it put me back here. I guess that was the last save point. So, back to the vicar we go. Oh, but I'm going to have that conversation again. Just think of it like back in school when teachers would read you a book and they'd pick up the next day and back up a couple of paragraphs so you had some clue what was going on.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. I... You
She
just
must be
want me out of
Canadian. She
here.
says sorry more than I
And you
do.
likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This about the deserters? So what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Okay, I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Just to be clear, that bit about every family's got the one that, the others talk about, that's me. Suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Her dad was a wise man. Sorry about the jerky movement. Keep running into weird stuff on my desk.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
Oh, dude's taking an unauthorized break or something. This look like the church? Yeah.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you. Our place in the universe is fixed.
Yes, what is it?
you're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Let's go with what sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta go with number 2 on this one.
Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't find these tried and true words of wisdom to your liking.
Company shill. Yeah, let's push the envelope. I'm going number 2 again.
Have you? These people need something, anything they can grasp to survive. Delving into the metaphysical minutiae of the grand plan would be nonsense to them, if not worse. My apologies. The townsfolk are having a tough time of it, and it's been difficult for me to enrich their lives. They are good people. It is just difficult to reach them.
I'm going to do the how did you know I was an outsider, but I'm going to say he's probably going to say because you're not dressed in the uniform.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here, except for Miss Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Yep, going with number 2 again.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
I was just thinking the same thing as number 1. Isn't it your job to raise that?
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Uh-huh. Number 1, did you just refer to this town as a miserable place?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
Parvati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So What do you think of Adelaide's
They've
group?
rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Damn, wish I could say the first one. Okay, so what would you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Right, just talk everybody into coming together. I'll keep that in mind.
If it were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it a challenge. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Oh, it's probably the Bible. Why would a vicar be after a heretical banned book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Totally gonna read it when I get it. I'll need to know a little bit more about the book.
It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name Mbakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Where are we headed?
You mentioned something earlier that I
You
wanted
mean
to
about
ask
the
you about.
mission being too clean?
So it's supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
I'm going to go with number 2. It's an ideal. Not what we live in, but what we strive for.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Let's get back to it. Oof. Oh yeah, I gotta collect fingers. barber shop and the landing pad.
Heard something outside the walls today.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know that.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I'm gonna go do your haircuts. Usually come with
We
free
don't believe in
lectures.
free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
I mean, you're broke.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Very loose definition of the word prosperity.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on. Medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Oh, there she is. Okay. Gotta find the landing pad. It's the way to the landing pad. Nope, that's the botanical lab. Or is that just the way out of town? May need to turn off motion blur. Oh, there we go. Now it's not going all chunky. Guess the landing pad's inside town? Can't steal stuff with her around. Ah, looks like a landing pad.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Let's just go straight to the point.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
What are you babbling
The
about?
war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah, gotta watch out for those mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Got a question for you.
Go on.
What do you have against mechanicals?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
Can't say I have.
Pray to the law that you never do. A mechanical never forgets the face of its enemy. First they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
If your resistance needs
I've
another
been
gun,
gathering up
you
a
can
war
pay me
chest
for it.
over the years. Saw tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's chaw, a few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name. They have
You need
sent a
done.
scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
I'm going after this mechanical
Mechanicals
scout.
got a weak spot in their
Just a couple
midsection.
pointers.
I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Right. Ding. $10 points. Keep building them up. already got that mod. No mod. The mods. Oh, hello. Where did I get you? Ooh, you're pretty. The heck's the impact hammer? I didn't get it. Oh, I'll bet you she's carrying that. Gotcha. I don't have enough stuff to repair. Let's go shoot a robot. Companion ledger. Yep, there's the hammer. Go. Hell is that? Oh, it's a lava flow. Fun! I don't know what's making that horrible noise. It sounds like it's far, far away.
Incoming! Not even a scratch.
That was fun. I thought it was dead. Oh, it was munching on this guy. Gross. Pathology log. Terror mating habits. Awkward.
I'm ready for this. Everyone all right?
I broke it. She's not terribly useful at this point. Ooh, sliced bread. So many broken combat drones. Lockpick. Alright, time to go hand this in.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Won't have to worry about
beat
that scout
scout to
anymore.
scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer. A weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
You hid your secret weapon in the
The
loo.
lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Dude, sketchy. There's the constabulary. Ah, canteen is this way.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
There we are.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Back to Ludwig. Gonna say, since installing this M2 drive, these loading screens are like lightning fast. Oh, yay, things that spit at us. Awesome. Damn it, that's not the door I wanted. Thing's gross.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of something.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
Cute.
Bring us honor, soldier.
that package you
Keep your eye,
mentioned.
soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
Sounds like fun.
Fun. This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Got it. Don't worry about that. I've already got the code.
Passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
What are you planning?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
Edgewater's in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a contact.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. I didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
How am I supposed to get the logic module?
If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're going to have to find an intact model somehow.
Parvati, is the logic model something you could help with?
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. You keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of Zero-G to your memory.
Let's get out of here. There we go. Shotgun's got zap. Wrong button. Let's go pay a visit to Creepy Dude. I'm not going through town to do that. Those little things are harmless.
Hey, Miss. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
I'm sorry, Parvati.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Hey, about those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
Conrad says he can't afford to pay.
Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Just get bought on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room.
Are you suggesting extortion?
Well, that's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
I'll take a look. Barbershop. Dude. Wow. Yikes. Let's have a talk, Mr. Barber.
What can I do for you?
We're gonna go with medical.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
I'm guessing you were trained at a medical school?
Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer. Brochures 1 through 5. Courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development.
I know about Eugene.
You know about Eugene? How?
I'm a mind reader.
You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
They're probably worth a few bits.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
Sure
I'm
about
sure
this?
that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Told Eugene killed
was
himself.
not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
That's horrible.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Bye-bye. Nope, I want the store. Love these little screens.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit?
We
Yeah?
need to talk about
What about
Eugene.
him?
You first.
Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about?
Solid gold teeth.
Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone.
Bloody hell.
Spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead.
I'll keep my eye out for them.
Let me know if you find anything.
Let's try this again.
Digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients.
Ugh.
You
How
run
about
into
those
any
fees?
trouble?
Well done.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
So for a little more tangible.
Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Take care. Okay, so we get the book on the way. Those things are gross. I keep forgetting she's there. She keeps startling me.
You're fast.
Holly Ollie toxic free. Yeah, cute. Nice. Good thing I'm not playing Supernova difficulty.
Incoming! Everyone all right?
Weird. Normally they're friendly. Oh, did that say rabbit? Got myself a bucket. Man, I got a lot of stuff. Hacking and picking locks. Your hacking and lockpick skills help you get into places you're not meant to be. Mag picks are used to break open locks. Bypass shunts are used to break computer encryptions. If your skill is high enough to break security, you'll see how many mag picks or shunts you need and how long it'll take. Raising your skill will lower the number of items used and speed up the process. Cool. So this will take one of my 2 shunts and either 28 seconds, 4 seconds, okay. Unlock second balcony door. Lots of messages. fun. We. Wow. Personal files. This guy's nuts. Or was nuts. Guess this was the marketing division? Nice to see it's working out for them. Yay, 2 more bypasses. Cool. Damn, that door doesn't open. This game's not good for my nerves. If we've got the evicted thing on the door, I can't get in. Rotters.
Here we go! Armor's too strong! Hit it with something else! Down they go! Not working! Everyone all right?
That was fun. think that's all of them.
Yeah, huh?
Notice you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's normal.
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
You mentioned something
In
earlier
the
I want
bar?
to talk to you about.
When I asked if you were a drinker?
You sounded worried.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I like a drink every now and again.
It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
You safe across from that place?
There's been scary nights. But Constable Reyes is right up the road. She keeps an orderly town.
Let's get back to it. It looks like the collector's house there.
Not a peep from me.
The hell do I get into this one? There's a container there. Ah. Alright folks, I am going to retrieve this book and call it a day. So many goodies. A little bit worried about what nastiness I'm going to find inside this place. That'll do. Huh. Oh, perk point. Whoop. Get my time dilation recharging faster. cave. Great. Alright, let's loot upstairs. She's noisy. Any other buildings? Yep. All right. Fast travel back to town and call it a night. All right, folks, that is it for this evening. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching this after the fact, if you do so. Have a good night, and Godspeed.